Learning objective number 3. Discuss the 4 activities of external environmental analysis process. In addition to increasing a firm's awareness and understanding of an increasingly turbulent, complex, and global general environment, external environmental analysis also is necessary to enable the firm's managers to interpret information to identify opportunities and threats. Opportunities represent conditions in the general environment that may help a company achieve strategic competitiveness by presenting it with possibilities, whereas threats are conditions that may hinder or constrain a company's efforts to achieve strategic competitiveness. Information used to analyze the general environment can come from multiple sources: publications, observations, attendance at trade shows, or conversations with customers, maybe suppliers and employees of public sector organizations. And this information can be formally gathered by individuals occupying traditional boundary-spanning roles, such as a position in sales or purchasing or public relations, or by assigning information gathering responsibility to a special group or team. According to a recent comment by industry analysts from a national firm, the Internet is becoming an increasingly valuable source of data and information for analyzing the general environment. One strategy that firms can use to enhance their awareness of conditions in the external environment is to establish an analysis process involving scanning, monitoring, forecasting, and assessing. Table 2.2 identifies the 4 parts of the external environmental analysis, which are scanning, monitoring, forecasting, and assessing. Table 2.2 identifies the 4 parts of the external environmental analysis: scanning, monitoring, forecasting, and assessing, which I mentioned previously. Scanning entails the study of all segments in the general environment. Firms use the scanning process to either detect early warning signals regarding potential changes or to detect changes that are already underway. In most cases, information and data being collected or observed are ambiguous, incomplete, and appear to be unconnected. Scanning is most important to highly volatile environments, and the scanning system should fit the organizational context. For example, scanning may signal a future change in the needs and lifestyles of baby boomers as they approach the retirement age. This may not only provide opportunities for financial institutions as they prepare for an increase in the number of retirees, but also may provide opportunities for packagers and marketers of retirement communities and other products specifically targeted to this segment. The Internet provides significant opportunities to obtain information. For example, Amazon.com records significant information about individuals visiting its website, particularly if a purchase is made. Amazon then welcomes the individual by name when he or she visits the website again. It even sends messages to the individual about specials and new products similar to that purchased in previous visits. Monitoring represents a process whereby analysts observe environmental changes over time to see if, in fact, an important trend begins to emerge. The critical issue in monitoring is that the analysis or the analysts be able to detect meaning from the data and information collected during the scanning process. Effective monitoring requires a firm to identify important stakeholders. Because the importance of different stakeholders can vary over a firm's life cycle, careful attention must be given to the firm's needs and its stakeholder groups over time. Scanning and monitoring can also provide information about successfully commercializing new technologies. Forecasting is the next step for analysts to take the information and data gathered during the scanning and monitoring phases in an attempt to project forward. Forecasting represents the process where analysts develop feasible projections of what might happen and how quickly as a result of the changes and trends detected through scanning and monitoring. Because of uncertainty, forecasting events and outcomes accurately is a challenging task. Assessing, which is the last phase, represents the step in the external analysis process where all of the other steps come together. The objective of assessing is to determine the timing and significance of the effects of changes and trends in their environment on the strategic management of a firm. Getting the strategic right or strategy right will depend on the accuracy of the assessment. A major challenge for managers and firms engaging in the process of external analysis is to recognize biases and assumptions that may affect the analysis process. This is important because these may limit the accuracy of forecasts and assessments. For example, managers may choose to disregard certain information, thus missing critical indicators of future environmental changes. Or past experiences may prejudice the ways that opportunities or threats are perceived, if they are perceived at all. One solution might be to solicit multiple inputs so a single source is not able to manipulate the information, and to seek frequent feedback regarding the accuracy or usefulness of forecasts and assessments.